Here we go. Behind the boards. Damn. Episode 3. Female discussion of production. We here. We got females in the building. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, let's go. I'm gonna do a rundown real through for real. Who's in here first? We'll move on. I mean, we got up there. We got Rayn. What's up, Rayn?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing all right. Can you turn your mic up a little bit?
Sorry, bro. I'm on a headset. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah. Okay. Let the people know, man. Who are you, man? Let them know.
Word. I'm Rayn. Also known as Rayn, the female producer and the beat genius. I am 1/3 of the Elemental Project out of Denver, Colorado. I also represent lab work here in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa. Tamera.
Hey, I'm Tamera Lloyd. I'm originally from Chicago, but I live in Stone Mountain now. I'm also known as T.Vox because I do background vocals mainly. I've just gotten back into production, and I'm loving my MPC one, and that's all I got to say.
Cecilia.
I guess I could start off by saying the name is Cecilia. I gave myself, AKA Leff T, and I'm from where it goes down, which is y'all direct messages. No, I'm kidding. I'm from the Mitten. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I've been into production for the past going on, I'd say at least 3-4 years. And you know, one of my favorite DAWs to work in is Ableton. I was a former machine or native instruments producer, but I find it easier to work into Ableton, and it's fun making beats. So that's a part of me.
All right. Neka, what's up? How you say Nekaybaww? Let me say it. Tell me how to say it. Pronounce me right, because I do this all the time.
Okay. It's Nekaybaww.
All right.
I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama. Let's see. I've been making music for a little while, since 2003. I pretty much represent myself. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. I also work out of Ableton as well. And I use machines inside of Ableton.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Jai? Did I say Jay or Jai? Jai.
Jay. Jay Styles. The other 1/3 of Elemental Project EP, representing Denver, Colorado, by way of Delaware. That's where I live right now. We've been doing this for a while, I would say. A little over 15 years individually. We go all the way back to the 90s doing this. So, we work with a lot of different things. We got the MPC, a few of them, machine, a few programs. And so definitely excited for tonight.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. My name's FMJ. I'm the last third of the Elemental Project with Rayn and Jay. From Denver, Colorado. I live in Houston, Texas now. Been making beats since like maybe 2001. And we met in school, so I have a degree in audio engineering. I took a break to go to law school, but I'm back in it now. So, working on MPC. I started with MPC 2000 XL, I think, Rayn, right? And then moved to a 1000, and now I have a Renaissance.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
Paula Perry, I got to put you on the spot.
Hi, guys. My name is Paula Perry. I'm a former Motown artist. Now I'm signed to X-Ray/Cleopatra Records. I used to do videos as well. And I'm here.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Jackie, let them know.
Wait. Me?
Yep.
Okay. Jed'eye Jaxx, Jackie, from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a dancer first. I'm an artist. I've been, in the club scene for a very long time, especially the underground house scene when it was underground back in the days. And now I DJ. I've only been DJing for 3 years, I do a radio show. I'm a DJ and a host for the show on cyberjams.com every Friday. The name of the show is Third Eye Poetic Moves. I'm just teaching myself how to produce. I just do edits and stuff like that. And I'm a writer. I write poetry, and I just started incorporating that into my mixes, and that's what I'm here to learn. So I don't even know why. I didn't know why I was here in the first place, so I'm trying to see what's going on.
No discussion, you know me in production, but I mean,
right, I didn't know at first, but yeah.
Yeah. Di, what's up?
What's up? Di Santos. I'm originally from Stamford, Connecticut, out here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. MC to producer, just doing my thing.
All right. So starting about that, you guys, production. You guys say you got NPCs. What else does Tamera? You got the one. Well, Rayn, you three, you guys use the same equipment, or you guys got your own equipment? You got the Renaissance.
I have the Renaissance.
Yep.
I sold mine. I'm primarily on the machine now.
Yeah, I'm on Machine Studio.
All right. Cecilia, what do you use?
I use the Novation launch key.
Oh, okay. And Di?
I use the MPC Studio.
Oh, okay. And I say Nekaybaww. I hate saying.
That's cool.
Okay.
I'm using a what is it? S49 and Machine Studio.
Nice. There we go. So what got you guys? Oh, I mean, anybody can answer this question first. I mean, what you got into wanting to do production for the producers to do this in the first place? Like,
well, I guess I would. For me, I started out years ago. I also sing, and I was a singer. Pretty much, I got tired of waiting on like producers,
right,
to give me beats. To make a beat, to come to the studio, to do anything surrounding a beat. So, I don't know. I just somewhere around 03, when I broke out of a lot of things, I just was like, yo, let me see what this is. Let me see what's going on with this. And I think it was Acid was the first thing that I got on. And then from there, I just kind of like, from Acid, I went to FL Studio. Then from FL Studio, I went to Ableton. And once I found Ableton, that was God to me. So, and I've been there ever since.
I can relate to your story right there.
Oh, really?
Even as an MC back in the day, you know what I'm saying? You always had to compete on other producers' beats to get that beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
But you had to ransom or bribe somebody.
Yeah, for real. I mean, anybody else who got you to start producing?
Yeah, well, being from Chicago, I used to, I started out playing drums during VBS at my church. And then there was a studio right around the corner that I would sneak to. And I started doing house music, background vocals for house music. And the dudes always act like they didn't have any money to pay me. So I would barter. I said, teach me how to run the equipment and I'll do the background vocals for you. So that's what got me started. And then once I got my hands on the MPC 60, I'm dating myself now.
Oh shit, 60.
Yeah.
When it first came out, I was, I'm that old. I was hooked. So this is actually the first one I've ever owned. I've worked on the MPC 60, MPC 2000 XL, and the limited edition 3000, but I never had my own. So the sky's the limit now. Now I have my own, but that's why I got started. I mean, I've always had a love of music, but just like my sister said, you get tired of waiting on producers to do something for you. So you learn it yourself. And since you were shouting out your dolls, I'm shouting out Reason Propeller Head 10, the best in the world. That's what I use to do my vocals on. I make beats on there too, but it's nothing like the MPC.
Yeah. Anybody who got you started?
Mine is the same as Sis. Just basically not wanting to wait anymore. My projects was on hold because I couldn't get productions, and then also there was a time when people wasn't really charging for beats, And out of nowhere, everybody wanted to charge for beats and charge these outrageous prices, and the beats wasn't really worth the money as well. So yeah, I just started just making my own beats, you know, just doing it on my own, and just kept going.
That's what's up. Wow. But you guys being females in this music in the industry, period, do you find it more difficult than being a male in the industry? Or you think it's the same? I mean, you get like times like, you know, I'm getting looked at.
You know, it's much
It's a
more
little
difficult.
different.
I think for us, some of the experiences we've had is like guys kind of want to pat you on the head, like, "Oh, it's so cute."
Right.
And
Or get in your pants.
Right. I remember we
Right.
went to an ASCAP show once,
Yep,
an ASCAP
that's what I was gonna
convention. And we were wearing, you know, we're wearing our shirts and everything. And there was this row of guys, and they were like all color coded, ready, like, "Yeah, we about to get this. We produce." And we're like, "Hey, you know, introducing ourselves. What's up? How you doing?" And we got that same look. And so when we all started chopping it up for real, and they saw that we knew what we were talking about, and we actually was killing it, it was like, "Oh snap! Like we
Right.
didn't expect that from girls."
Right.
Right. Because if girls can't make music, it's I don't know. Music is music, you know. So it's always odd to me that fellas feel like, and some women too. You know, I bumped into some women too who feel like, you know, because you're a female, you're not gonna have the same type of beats as guys. So, I mean, it's just a bittersweet thing. You just got to get in there and do your thing and show and tell, you know.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
kind of weird. It's male dominated. So once we see, you know, a woman come in there, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you're not having a romantic relationship with one of these
Right.
That part.
Oh, I remember that.
Right.
So it kind of seems like, I don't want to say tag-alongs, but y'all just more, y'all, it's like you don't see the work ethic when we see the women first and foremost. So it's like good to see, you know what I mean, a few heads come together, you know what I'm saying, instead of just like tearing each other down, which is a question I have also, like what, you know what I'm saying, what makes y'all not, well, what's the reason for like women versus women cattiness and all that stuff, which seems to hold y'all back or get ridiculed because it doesn't seem like one female could be on top at one time, you know what I'm saying, or at the same time, you know what I mean?
That's a
I'm
good
gonna
question.
speak. Oh.
What happened?
How about Paula? Because she been in the industry, so, you know what I mean, you deal with a lot of, you know what I mean, not so, I don't, you know what I mean, I'm not saying that there's many women that's been successful in the hip hop, but what keeps you from being in your top spot without somebody trying to pull you down, particularly another woman? What is it? What's the reason for the bigness?
Well, me just grinding still, continuing to be myself. Some people did try to pull me down the industry, some other women, but I just backed up, let them do their thing, and then I just found something else to do until my time came back around. You know, I'm from the 90s where everybody was out together. We all supported each other.
Right.
But like soon as 2000 something came, all the focus went on one particular female artist.
Right.
And it wasn't fair for everybody else. Now I'm glad that it's coming back around. Yeah. I'm glad that we getting the opportunities again that we once had before.
I can't say as I've actually seen it in my experience among producers. I do see it a lot with artists, but I've never seen like women producers go at it like that. I don't know. How do y'all feel?
I don't think so. It's hard enough for us to break through anyway. So I mean, there's no sense in us trying to tear each other down, trying to make it.
Right,
like,
kind of group together. We're gonna do this.
I don't know. I mean, I've been doing it a while. I've had a couple of experiences with people that have been close to me, some that have not been close to me that were producers and or DJs, and I've completely supported their events, but I've been kind of like ostracized or outed in certain circles from certain things, especially here. I live in LA, well, I live in Southern California, but so there's like certain circles that I may not get an invite to, or so you know. I mean, I've had those experiences. That's a real thing. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not. I've definitely in the past I've reached out to other women producers of color, and completely have gotten any response. Like absolutely no response, not at all. So I mean, I definitely think the underlying element is competition.
Right.
There's some competition, but for me, I do not, and I honestly do not see music as a competition, because this is something beautiful, it's something creative, and I don't measure what I do based on what anybody else does.
Right.
You know, I couldn't. I don't even think I could make music if I based it on what everybody else does. I would completely be like, oh, okay, no, that's just way too good. Let me just stop. Like that's yeah.
I would like to say something. As far as I can only speak as far as being a DJ and just being in the industry so far. And even though I've only been DJing for 3 years, I've been in the scene of like the entertainment, scene, the dance scene for a long time. So I will say that I can't say that like I've had bad experiences and good experiences with men and women in the industry, right? But the thing is that I find that a lot of women, I think it's not just, I don't think it's about do women support you, do men support you. It's to me, it's finding your circle and who, men or women, who are gonna be in your circle. It's like just since the COVID, I've blocked so many people out of my life. And what I mean is like the industry life, the personal life, who's really on my level, who thinks like me, who, I'm talking specifically, the music industry, who's on my level, who can I work with? So I'm not looking at that as men, women, but if you want to really break it down, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Me personally, I don't like being called female DJ. I don't like the word female. I feel like that's sexist in itself. And that's just my own, I'm a little bit on the like feminist, like my whole thing about my radio show that I do, everything is about women empowerment and everything. And I feel like the word female got to be taken out. Another thing is having women DJ events. Like I understand y'all men are like trying to say, oh, we want to show the women, we're really trying. But I feel like in some ways, it's that in itself is sexist. Like we only could get one day. We only could get the month of March for Women's History Month. I find that like when I've only been DJing for 3 years and most of my stuff was like, oh, we're having a women's DJ thing. So what I started to do was I started to just go solo and do my own thing. I got my own permits. I'm learning how to like write my own songs, learning how to produce on my own. I'm trying to stay like I'm here. And then when I feel ready, then I'm going to pick the people who I feel like is going to be on my side. So it's like, if there's a lot of women, I feel like that have supported me. There's a lot of men that have supported me. So, but I've been through a really bad situation with a fellow male DJ in the business. So I will say that on respects to that there are, there's going to be men out there that's going to try to use you just for something, whatever you know what I'm saying? But women can do the same thing. They want to ride your tailcoat. You know what I'm saying? So it could go both ways. But I'm just saying, because in history, women have been oppressed for so long that, we are behind in certain things. Like, police officer jobs, firefighters. Now there's more women that are police officers. There's more women that are firefighters. So it's just a matter of we're just going to, catch up. Because we'd always, when, men always like, it was kind of like, well, you're women, so you don't really like that music, and women weren't stepping up at the time because we just felt that way. It was just a part of history in a lot of professions. So now I feel like now it's just like there's always been really great women DJs. It's just that now we're like, like especially with the whole Me Too movement and everything, it's like, all right, no, let me show you what I got. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, so that, I'm sorry, I rambled on. But that's how I feel about that.
All right, we got two more sisters who just came in. You guys want to introduce yourselves? RyNea, I know you came in first.
Stress, you always call.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm the worst saying. Let's let Rocco talk when it comes to saying names.
Oh my God, what's good, everybody? My name is LaShondra. I go by RyNea Soul. From Birmingham, Alabama. Right now, I'm kicking it in Atlanta. But yeah, so I've been producing since 1999. I also teach young girls of color how to produce and DJ as well. I'm also an artist educator. I travel the country using hip hop as cultural exchange. So yeah, that's basically a little bit about me.
All right. All your name says is iPhone on it right now.
Well, which one?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see me?
No, you can see you, but your name says iPhone.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Okay. Well, my name is definitely not iPhone. My name is Nicole Mack, and I just recently underwent a name change. I used to go by the name Miss Maestro for years, and due to just some rebranding and some just restructuring last year, we decided to just go ahead and start, relabeling myself as I am Nicole Mack Music, to just allow me to have a more global reach and a much more just expanded reach in general. Just a little bit about myself. I am a multi-instrumentalist. I'm a music director in both secular and gospel settings. God has been so amazing. I've been able to do stage plays here in Atlanta and other places, actually. I play keys, organ, lead guitar, bass guitar, saxophone. I sing. Wow. I've done cruise ships, so I literally know what it's like to be a gigging musician. I am a Florida girl. I tell anybody, even though I've lived here in Atlanta, Georgia, for now this year will be 8 years, but I tell anybody I still got a whole lot of orange on me from my home state of Florida. But definitely this has been a really dope experience for me, because it has allowed me to be in a lot of different settings. And I think one of the things I would suggest to any creative person in this industry is to be flexible. Be flexible, be flexible. Honey, that's how you pay the bills. You understand? Right. I can truly say, as a person who has done music full time for many years, since really I was a teenager, that's how I made my money. That's how I paid for my college books when I went to Florida State in undergrad. You know what I'm saying? That's how I paid for a lot of different things. I was the kid that played for the churches. I was the kid that gigged at the clubs. I did all of that. And so I just say be flexible, because just because you look a certain way doesn't mean that certain doors won't open for you, and I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to take this much time, but hello.
Go ahead and preach while you're at it.
Paula Perry, I need to ask you a question. How was that session when you did that with DJ Premier? Can I get like a memory of it? Because I'm a Premier fanatic.
We go way back, you know what I mean? So I knew Premier probably about 15 years before we actually did the record. You know what I mean? Probably like 10 years. So it was like a family thing. It was like chemistry right there. It was all love, and it was fun.
Was it D&D? D&D Studios? D&D Studios?
Yep, I think it was at D&D, either there or Unique Studios.
Okay, I got 3 people that know Paula. I got a record. I show you Paula Perry. This is the joint right here. Like, and I'm saying West Side Guns, extra, read the headlines. Like I'm telling you, that guy's gonna say, like, but I don't know if everybody in here, some females in here has already been, I'm gonna say people been here, already been in the sample challenges we do every week. And RyNea won 2 of them already. You got 2 rings, right? You got 2, right?
Yeah, I think.
I know Rayn got 1 and then she disappeared. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let Rayn. What happened?
Life.
You remember, right?
Oh,
yeah. Die stay coming in it though, and Tamera, she's been getting in it since she's been getting started. I mean, for you don't know, we do sample challenges every week. It's our 140th week doing it right now, where I post the album. and the producers make beats off it, and they all post it in the comments of the post. And then the week's previous week winner picks the top. If there's 50, there's top 5, 60, top 6, top 7. We range from 50 to 80 to 90 beats a week. You know what I'm saying? From producers all around the world. You know what I mean? And I really push for the females to get in it too. You know what I mean? Because I want everybody in it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
some of y'all know, because I'm like, yo, did you get in this week?
Right.
I couldn't. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? Rayn got in like a year and a half ago or something like that. When she was,
Oh my God.
I'm just messing with you. You know, maybe I'm not. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But no, I had it. But that's what we've been doing it. You know what I mean? We do it. You know what I mean? That's what Rocco's got the producer corner shirt on. You know what I mean? For the sample challenges. I know I never explained it to Paula Perry. It's probably new to her hearing this. She's like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. You know what I mean? Because I know everybody don't really go look at everybody's pages and look through their page and know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? And we've been doing it.
You might have to drop that email, get some of that fire.
Yeah, man. I mean.
So is the beat challenges, is that a live that you do? And do people judge it?
We do it tomorrow. We do it at 4 o'clock tomorrow, every Saturday. We play
on your page?
Yep, on my page. I go on here, I play the music, and I say whose beat it is, and I play it, you know, and it's live. So everybody in there is jumping in, talking to each other, telling each other what they like about the beats, you know what I mean? To get everybody, because we do this. Let me stop saying we do this for the culture, to keep it together like how it started, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I got all y'all females in here together, you know what I mean? Maybe it's easier than be putting a whole bunch of dudes and females, because then it might get sidetracked. You know how, you know what I mean? Now they're seeing the faces, and now when I could do that later on, they'll be like, oh, see, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, for the introduction.
Okay, now I'm getting it. All right.
we you know what I mean? Now, Nikki, I know Nikki got a question. She's sitting there behind Rocco over there. I know she's been, I told him to have her some questions, because she's comes with Rocco with me on the show. We haven't been doing it because of the coronavirus, and they've been able to come over here. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it by myself. Well, Nick, you got a question?
Not really.
Yeah, put her on the spot. See, like, you know. I mean, any one of y'all in here have a question? You know what I mean? You can ask other people.
I have a question for anyone could chime in on this. What have y'all been doing that y'all haven't been able to do prior to the pandemic that you've been able to do now, that you've been able to focus on?
Well, I'll go. I've been focusing on me. So,
that's right. Amen.
So look, I work for an organization called Raising Expectations, and what we do is we help kids academically. We support them academically. And so I was so backwards yesterday. Like, I thought yesterday was Friday. It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember you said
it seemed like it's been like a long, like 1 week has been like one long day. And so, you know, doing that, and I've been in front of the computer on Zoom, so many Zoom meetings and blah, blah, blah. I have to just shut down and just, you know, take care of myself, because usually I'm just on the go, whether I'm doing something in music or I'm doing workshops, I'm working. I was like, So in a good way, this has been, positive. I took the positive out of it and started focusing on myself, because I realized, I was like, man, I've taken time for granted. I think, not because you don't go so much, you're not really thinking about stopping and taking time for yourself. So that's what I've been focusing on. I'm going back into my folders. So many beats. I gotta do something with them. I gotta get them out. So that's another thing too, is getting this music out and just really focusing on myself. So that's what I've been up to.
Yes. Anyone else?
Right, I've been focusing more so on, like, my lane is I don't really have I really don't want to work with artists like that. Like, my focus basically is like placements in film, games, things like that. So I actually been collecting royalties for the past 6 months from a project that I put out last month. It's been going real good. So my main focus has been just making music, like just bodies of work 15 songs and sending it over to the distribution and the publisher and just putting out more music that way.
And that's
That's
to get
good.
into as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? How do you do that?
Well,
Yes.
right now I'm with TuneCore. Is different distributions. I would suggest that you look into whatever is going to be best for you. But I went with TuneCore, and TuneCore also offers what they have called admin publishing. And what that does is it's more, they look more at the fine print more so than like ASCAP or BMI. So that means like in the slightest way, like I've been making a lot of money off of YouTube creators that have been taking my music, and I made $1,500 last month. Who's ever using my music is in an ad, or it's a creator that has a video that's very, very popular. So like I'm just trying to get my foot in the door in that light. I was on a seminar today and they were talking about the difference between actually getting placements in film and royalty-free music. And again, with something like that, it's all in what's going to be best for you. But back to what you were saying, how do you do that? Like I said, it's just going, what I did was I went through TuneCore. They have fees to set up everything. I think it was like $75. And then the rest is basically up to you. You send over your music. And then what they do is they pitch your music for film placements, things like that. But then it'll also go to TikTok. It'll go to Instagram, Facebook. So, you know, people that want to use your music on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whenever somebody uses your music, you don't have to worry about who's using my music. As long as your stuff is copywritten, they're going to find it. And it's before ASCAP and BMI, because, you know, ASCAP and BMI, they do the job, but they're really focused on like the artists that are really making big bread, right? So the admin publisher are for the smaller people, I guess, if you want to say it that way. But yeah, they'll definitely get your money, because I did a project back in May last year, and I just started getting paid off of that. And it's one song that I'm getting this money from. It went from, it went from like 50 cents to like 75 cents, and then it jumped to like $10.11. Then it jumped up to like $92, and then it just kept jumping. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, they hit me up in the email and they say, you know what, send us some more music so you can make more money. So my main thing is I have tons of beats, tons. So instead of me for a second, I was just making, just being creative. And I wasn't really doing anything. I was doing more so things like going on Instagram, right? And in the beginning, it was all good because I kind of wanted the response, but then that kind of got boring. And it does to everybody else, because once everybody sees that you're good, then they're like, well, what's next?
Right.
Because they're on the journey with you. You know what I mean? So they're on the journey not to just watch you. They want to watch you grow. You know, that's what makes it exciting for everyone. So yeah, man. So I just started, you know, just sitting home and just knocking them out and editing everything and sending that music out. So basically everything that I've made, from even beats that I just started making beats in 2016, you know, so stuff that I made 2 years ago, I just pulled those up and I'm just editing everything, putting things in together and sending it over to the distribution and letting it rock out. And that way you don't have to, like, I'm 42 years old. I'm not in the rat race with, you know, I did some beat battles. I'm not in the rat race to being in the club with a whole bunch of young men at night late. I'm not into battling my beats. You know what I mean? It's, you know, I love making music. I love creating music. I just want to create my music and get paid from it. I don't want to work with artists. I don't want to deal with, because the thing is with working with artists is that they put you to work. I like to work smart, not hard. And, you know, once I make a track, I don't want the artist to come and slow it down, do this, do that, do that. Nah, just, I want to make the track, get paid from it. So I don't complain about the artist anymore. I just took myself out that lane for dealing with the artist to where I could do it just the way I want to do. And it's working. So my main focus has been just that.
That's what's up.
Wow, thank you.
I mean, knowledge.
Yeah, man. But yeah, you got DistroKid, but like I said, there's different ones. I prefer TuneCore, but I would suggest that you look into different ones and see what they offer and see what's best for you, you know?
So I will look into which distribution company. That'd be best for me.
You got TuneCore, you got DistroKid, just like she said. You have Media Famous now that just came out. it's a host of others that's out there too.
Would I need a lawyer for this stuff? Because I'm like, I know nothing. I don't want to get like, you know, someone take advantage. I don't know, like if I don't know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? I need a lawyer for all this stuff.
Well, not necessarily. Not I didn't. I like, you know, but if you want to, you can. Like, see, I'm in the exclusive publishing deal with TuneCore. Now, some people get scared when they hear exclusive, but
right.
Non-exclusive really don't exist anymore because there's so many people producing music. So the distribution people and the publisher take you more serious when you say, I'm gonna go exclusive with you. The good thing with TuneCore is that you can sign a deal with TuneCore for a year, right? And if you decide it's not working for you, then you have to contact them 45 days before the contract is renewed, because it's gonna renew on its own every year, right? So if you don't, so just remember the date in which you sign your contract, but you'll have your contract anyway. So if you forget, you just go back, look at the date. If you don't want to stay with them, 45 days in advance, you say, I want to opt out. They'll let you opt out, and you also can take all of your music out of their libraries and just move on. Or you can continue to make money with them. I was just about to take my music out. I swear to God, y'all, I was just about to opt out because I wasn't really seeing anything. I was seeing, like I said, 50 cents, 10 cents, and nothing wasn't going on. And like maybe a month before I was about to opt out, I made like $10. And $10 doesn't seem like a lot, but it was to me because I never made money from my music before. So when I saw the $10, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so all I got to do is wait. And all I gotta do is keep going.
Yeah, you just gotta have your music available, and you know what I'm saying.
Right.
If whoever encounters you, just go searching for you, and it's there on iTunes or Apple Music or Tidal, and you know what I'm saying. You mentioned TikTok and Facebook. It goes to all those distributions. So.
Yeah.
So I go through TuneCore.
Yeah, TuneCore has been good so far. It's been really, really good. And I think the more music you have, the better when it comes to like this type of thing, because the more music you give, the more opportunities that's out there. You know what I mean? Even though it's one song for me right now, because I mean, really that's all it's going to take. Well, not really, but if let's say they took 2 songs and was doing the same thing. So I think the more music you give them, the more opportunities you have to make that money. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Appreciate
it. And after this, ladies, if anytime y'all, you know, if anything y'all want to politic or whatever, I'm Da Santos. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. Just hit me up. It's whatever. I'll tell you anything.
What's your Instagram?
It's Da Santos.
Okay.
It's _ Da _ Santos.
Santos, are you in Atlanta?
Yes, baby. Me and you talked before.
I just don't see your face. Nice to meet you. Hey.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Yeah, we met before. We talked before.
Yeah, I was like, hey, that name is familiar. So it's good to have faces with the name. I'm
because of the
about a bit. Rayn, we met at a beat battle at ATL. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. It's good to be. Yeah, good to meet you. Cool.
That's definitely what's up. I mean, Rocco, where's Rocco? Got a question? I know Rocco got the questions. I got questions, but I want to jump in with him.
So I do have a question for the ladies. I know that the Producers Corner has been trying to get more women involved. So do you think that there's a certain genre or artist or album that you guys need to see to get like more involved, or how do you guys feel about that?
Are you referring to like the sample challenge? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Well, y'all just get them on whatever.
I know Tamera gets in when she can. She tell me she didn't even complain about it. You know what I'm saying? And I know Lysandra gets in them. I mean, you haven't got in like in a week or a couple weeks or so, but you was getting in like you and Cecilia was getting in. You know what I mean?
I'm just asking, is it like something else that I would want to like have as a sample that would make you more and like more excited about getting in, or is it just whatever it is?
Well, a lot for me was, like I was saying before, just taking the time. Like I be all over the place sometimes, And by the time I, try to create or, sometimes do things like that on the side, it's time consuming. And so sometimes I just have to make the time to do it. Because by the weekend, I'm usually focusing on other projects that I've, kind of maybe not got around to during the week. Samples are fine. I have no issues with the samples at all. The samples are good for me. It's just that making that time, because a lot of, like I said, I'm doing other stuff, and so I'll try to get in. Like usually, Stress to tell you, I'm I'm sending in stuff that day. Like I'll get up in the morning, like let me do this real quick. Let me spend some time before, what is it, like 4 o'clock?
Yeah, we start.
Yeah, so I try to send something in just because, just to keep me fresh, just to, have some practice. And plus I love it, but for me, it's the timing on my end. I don't know about everybody else, but that's my take for me.
I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
Oh, word.
I don't think the samples are the issue. I know I only had one issue with one song, and I expressed that to DJ. And that's the only time. It was just too dark for me. I couldn't even flow with it.
Demonic joint.
Oh yeah, that one. I think I know which one that was.
Like,
that had so much discussion going on, man.
Yeah, it was kind of dark.
Yeah.
But like RyNea was just saying, it's usually about time. Like I won't be in this week, and this goes back to the question that the gentleman asked about what I think you asked what we were doing and all of that, and so like this week I'm not in it. Last week I don't think I was in it either, and that's because even though I hate the fact that COVID-19 is taking so many lives,
right.
I'm seeing that people are actually having time to do their music.
Right.
So my clientele has just jumped in the last year. I've been recording vocals like almost every night. So in a way, it's I don't like what's going on, but it's been a hidden blessing as well.
Right.
So now it's just, and then I got 4 kids too. So now it's just, yeah. And homeschool. The school is I homeschool, but school is closed, so.
I'm just asking off the sidelines because I know a lot of the time I hear Stress and Rocco both say that they want to see more female producers involved. So I just wonder if there was if there was anything that was prohibiting y'all from being involved. That's all.
Yeah, it's just time. Sometimes, some of us have kids. We have a lot of other projects going on, and there's no disrespect because I love doing it because it's getting me back in the swing of things. But it's just time.
Right.
And I feel bad when I can't get in,
I mean, I know you just found out about it not too long. I mean, some other people in here are just finding out about it too, probably. Like, it's crazy because you guys are getting the message from the group. Oh, that's just making that noise.
Yeah.
That was me. I'm sorry.
I mean, Rayn, your people, J and FMJ, you guys heard about the sample challenges? You didn't hear about them, or?
I think it's been a while. I think I told him like years and years ago.
Yeah, Rayn's always like first on stuff. She did a long time. Yeah. And then I think for one of them I started to, and then by the time the deadline came, I didn't have time to submit it. So
I think that was me too. Life and time, man.
But for logistics, when does the sample drop, and then how long do you have to turn it in?
You get a week. We usually drop it Saturday night or Sunday, and you have till Saturday the week after at noon.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I like to see, you know what I mean? I say the word sausage factory. I like to see a mixture of everybody in there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't really care like who's the winners and who's I really watch who's participating. You know what I mean? Like boom, when I watch, and I'll say it like Cecilia pop in, like my only sister in this week, Cecilia came in and did her thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
But you know what I mean? Because that's what I want to see. You know what I mean? I look at it as I don't stereotype nothing. You know what I mean? You could be young, old, black, white, Spanish, Australian, whatever, girl, man. I don't care. Just get in. You know what I mean? Because it's like this. The reason why we do this is to bring the people together and get to know each other. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. The music is crazy right now. The world music is crazy. we don't do something to help structure it out with the people who really like it, who really love it, you know what I mean? It's gonna just keep going crazy, you know what I mean? So the little bit we can do to help, you know what I mean? And I seen things help. I seen producers in the sample challenges get better and get better and get better as they keep getting in it. And they tell me their whole catalog is super sample challenge catalog. You know what I mean? I'm like, and they're selling them. You know what I mean? And it's free promotion for that beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Just
people
stacking up on beats. Just stacking beats, man.
yeah, because what they'll do is they'll hear your beat and like, yo, and they'll see that your SoundCloud or wherever you're at, and they're gonna go to see what else they got. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, and people bought beats off the sample challenge. People, even local artists, how much you want to charge me for that beat? You know what I mean? Like, boom. I mean, and I believe at the same time it builds the structure of the artist because they listen. And I know when I first put Tamera in, she's like, wow, I'm seeing all these different styles from different people because everybody's from somewhere else. You know what I mean? And someone that gets new to get in there, they're like, you know what I mean? And you just nobody that sounds the same.
Right. I think the first beat battle that we entered into in Denver was a sample I got from the sample challenge. Actually, rocked the whole night too. It was crazy. Nuts. Hell yeah.
But no, we appreciate that. I mean, I guess we can't sit and say, you know, we want to be treated as equals if we're not going to equally kind of put in the work and be in the beat battles with everybody else.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's on us.
Oh my. Oh my.
I don't look at nobody as being different. I look everybody's being equal. You know what I mean? Because like
that's a whole nother conversation.
Sandra came in her first time. I think Rayn too, their first time and won the sample challenge. You know what I mean? Like boom, and they're like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I'm like, okay. And she came like and gave it to me at the end, and nobody knew who she was. And boom, and like, oh shit, she won. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the person behind it. Is the only saying is what machine you have or whatever, what you use. It matters the person behind it as their soul, what they're doing with it. At the end of the day, no matter what they are, you know what I mean? Like for real, you could be a dog or a cat doing shit and killing. I mean,
yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? And that's why, you know, man, I like to see more women involved, like Nikki was saying. I'm like, damn, and then try and get Rocco to get Rocco. Actually, sometimes him and Nikki will make beats together. Like she'll play the bass line with him. You know what I mean? Like, woman. You know what I mean? Because the one thing about the Producer's Corner, and it'll always be, is we're not selfish. You know what I mean? We're trying to help everybody else. You know what I mean? We don't deal with that. It's about me, 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 me. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's about everybody. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody, just people, they got to pay their bills. They got to do what they got to do in their life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, when they, like you say, you're doing stuff. Like Sandra, you're doing stuff. I mean, this is not no mandatory thing for you to do in your life. It's like if you get an opportunity to do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to. You're not getting paid from it. You know what I mean? You're not more, but it's for the sport of it. I mean, somebody I'm sure that winning it. Like, I mean, I see Cecilia be popping in. You know, are you in this week, Cecilia?
Oh no, I'm not in this week. But I do have a question about the winners. I mean, I know the rules was changed and everything, but how it used to be was the winner y'all used to ship the winners T-shirts. Y'all just stopped doing that overall.
Nah, the person who won five wins. Whoever wins 5 times gets a shirt sent to him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then whoever wins 10 times gets a hoodie, but no one's won 10 times. We got someone that's won 8 times, someone that's won 7 times. You know what I'm saying? And these people that actually been winning haven't been getting in this recently. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is like an opportunity for these people to get in there too. You know what I mean? Because what we're going to do soon is we're going to start this. We did it already one time. We'll do it called the head-to-head. You know what I mean? And what I do is I'll get 40 producers and they each put like $20 to get in. And I will take the 40 cards and I'll shuffle them. And then I will pick 40 producers that's going 20 against 20. Like they're each going to go against each other, the 2 numbers I pick. And then, you know, the top 3 will get like $250 to get a gift card. The second will get like a gift card to Guitar Center. You know what I mean? Anything where I don't have to send it. You know, because overseas we send in a shirt overseas, it's going to cost like $100 to send it to Australia. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Betsy is finally in here. What's going on, Betsy?
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Hey.
You know what I mean? We've been talking. I mean, go ahead and introduce yourself now that you just came in. Go ahead.
I go by the name of Betsy Gifted. I make beats, I sing, a little bit of everything. Nice to meet everybody.
You're from Cali, right?
Yes, from LA originally, but I'm living in Bell Gardens right now.
Yeah, so but that's the reason. I mean, Betsy will tell you, she's another person. Like I'll be on her, like, yo, did you get in the sample challenge this week? I've been telling her for like a long time, and she got in.
I've done one. Yeah, I did one so far.
But I mean, I'll continue to get you. You know what I mean? And I don't want you to feel like that I'm bothering y'all by asking you. I do it to the dudes too. Trust me. I'm like, yo, what's going on? But I like notice like, I'm like, where's this person been? You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, where you been at? You know what I mean? Some people like could have broke up in a relationship and it tore them down or something, and they don't got the emotion to make the music. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, so there's all kinds of things. Somebody's pops might have died, or someone died in the family, or someone's in the hospital where someone had a cancer. Like there's probably like a good 1,000 producers that have been in the sample challenges since we started. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. That's why we got the Producers Corner group. Although for all y'all in the Producers Corner group, it's only instrumental only. We can post your stuff while you go in there. The Producers Corner Instagram, like I'll go on your pages and you'll see y'all. Sometimes I'll post y'all joints. I'm like, this is dope. I'll post it on there and tag you. You know what I mean? Because I'm all about promotion for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just dope to me, I'm pushing that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, anybody Rocco?
Just chilling. So we lost Paula, right?
Yeah, Paula. I asked her where she went. She probably was like, I don't make beats, but she just hit me back. She said she had to go somewhere. All right.
Okay.
She came and shout out to Paula Perry, man. Most definitely, man.
All right. So I'll go to one of my general questions. Who is, I say, pick someone from your hometown that probably known in your hometown that you would like to, do production for.
You said that you would want to do production for?
That you have, or if you haven't, would like to.
I know where Sharita's at.
Like if you from Brooklyn, who's your favorite Brooklyn artist that you did something for? Or if you know what I mean, if you haven't worked with that artist, who would you love? What's your favorite Brooklyn artist or North Carolina artist or Alabama artist or whatever?
Well, I mean, I'd probably say, I mean, even though I live in Atlanta, I mean, I rep Tallahassee as well as Fort Lauderdale. So I probably mention T-Pain. He's dope, and he's definitely got hits under his belt, and he's recognized, and he's still relevant in his own right, especially as a writer. So, never met him per se, know of some people that's connected to him, but, he seems like he'd be a really interesting artist to work with because he's pretty versatile. He's not just the auto-tune guy a lot of people will peg him as. He actually can play keys, and he can do a lot of other things live if you've ever actually seen any of his shows. So he's unique. But if you had to think of, I guess, hometown or whatever, that's probably an artist in particular. T-Pain.
Right.
Well, I'm originally from Chicago. I'd love to work with Common.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I would love to.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's all kinds of dope.
Comment.
Oh no, Colorado's still, we ain't breached the map yet.
I saw her laughing. I was like, what's she laughing at?
That's why I was laughing.
Like, yeah, we trying. We got a lot of crabs in the barrel stuff going on in Colorado. It's crazy because we have a really dope production. I don't want to call it a clique. There's a collective. So if you in that, it's straight share. But outside of that, it gets a little edgy.
There is one person from Denver who I think is really good, and his name is, they call him AP, and he's probably somebody who I'd like to work with. He's coming up. He's pretty good,
Actually, Jackson, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. If you ever work with Jackson would be a real cool dude to work with.
I agree.
For me, I like to work with Velda Wonder, Kiddo Hip Hop, Zay. There's so much underground artists around my area. I just want to work with a lot of people.
Actually, got to throw out here in Tampa, there is a crazy female producer or MC, and her name is Queen of X. And if y'all get a chance, it's crazy because she doesn't record anything. Like all her shows, the songs she wrote were specifically for that show, but I have never seen energy like that in my life, yo. Queen of X, if you get a chance, Tampa, look her up. Oh my
Okay.
I'll look her up.
Do that.
I got a question. If you guys want to, I mean, who? We could go to the question, but who, as a producer, who was your biggest favorite inspiration as a producer? That you know what I mean? That you got your, not your style, but your ambition from. Like you could say, is always when they come out with something before, they still come out with something now. That's
Havoc.
Straight to it.
Yeah, Havoc.
Dr. Dre for me. I was listening to him growing up in high school and all through high school, and then yeah, I would say that was my first inspiration. Now I'm into a lot of like J Dilla and things like that. So
rest in peace, J Dilla. Anybody else?
I would say Quincy Jones for me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I would say Quincy Jones for me, specifically because he has such a fabulous catalog of music that ranged with so many different artists. I mean, all the greats, Michael, Lionel Richie, everybody who's anybody or was anybody, dead or alive, has worked with Quincy in one way or another, or they wanted to at least, right? And so I would say he definitely he had a sound, and still, I guess, is respected for his sound that for me, I thought was magical and enchanting because he had that orchestral side to him.
Right.
And so I think that was really one of the reasons why I kind of dubbed myself for years as Miss Maestro, because like I love people like him and Barry White's Love Limited Orchestra, and I'm an 80s baby. So I'm an 80s baby, so tell my age a little bit, but for me, I love that whole strings, horns, all of that. And if you're able to like throw some fat 808s and kind of mesh a lot of that musicality together, for me, that was always just fun to listen to, because I felt like, especially as a brown girl, a lot of times it wasn't expected for us, to have orchestral backgrounds or classical backgrounds, or especially like somebody like myself growing up in the South, I got gospel chops. I'll tell anybody that. And because my grandmother was a traveling gospel artist in the 70s and the 80s, and so but for me, I would say Quincy Jones was that dude, because he opened up so many doors, so he crossed so many barriers, and that's what I would say for me. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go left, and I'm gonna say Prince, and y'all let y'all
do that.
Do that. Yeah.
I've been listening to some of his stuff on XM radio.
Yep.
Prince is just ridiculous.
Man.
It's ridiculous.
Prince
Just Blaze is my dude.
Right. If you have XM, if you have Sirius XM radio on channel 30, they've been playing Prince all month.
Oh, I heard that.
I've heard stuff from him I had never heard. He's got some jazz sets that are just ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Like she was saying about the orchestration, will blow your mind. Prince was that dude.
Right.
Write that down right quick.
Oh, I'm telling you,
play your own instruments and introduce a new artist that you still don't know to this day. Prince been behind.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Anybody else?
I'll say just Blaze for me, and I gotta say Missy, because I was first in line at the record store. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna front.
Absolutely,
I love to work with Missy. DJ Premier. Of course, my influences are J Dilla, Nina Simone, Sun Ra. Today is his birthday. My little albums on the wall, but love Somewhat Raw. Of course, he's from Birmingham, so gotta rap. And I also like to work with Nova Wave. We talked about it a couple of times. They wanted me to send some music. It just didn't happen. If y'all don't know who Nova Wave is, yo, they are dope producers and songwriters.
They are.
They've done a lot of stuff with Beyonce, Jay-Z, Tiana Taylor, Kelly Rowland. I mean, just on and on. They just keep putting out hits. I mean, they're really dope. So those would be mine. And any of you. I would love
boo boo.
There you go. And that's the thing. I hope what comes out of this is that because I'm all about visibility. What's up, Megz? Megz is dope. I'm all about visibility,
building.
Because I try to inspire other women and other girls, especially girls of color and women of color, to do this. Because in Birmingham, I'm gonna be honest with you, I am like one of 2 women that produce hip hop, and I'm the only one out of that 2 that's part of the beat scene. So we have like this dope, people sleep on Birmingham. Oh my God.
All the time.
There's so much talent in Birmingham. And so it's weird being the only woman. And of course I'm the oldest. And so they look at me like the auntie or the big sister, and they want to get out of me. But can I get other women to come in and do this showcase with me? And I'm usually the only one. That's always a weird place to be in. But I do it because of visibility. I want others to see me. Those who may be afraid, there are women who like, yo, Renee, that's dope. I don't know how you're doing that. Just do it. And so I'm hoping that what comes out of this is that we actually, get to do some things together and work together and encourage each other and motivate each other. Because,
You know what, RyNea? You're not the only one, because me living in a small town and coming from New York, I still carry that, that sound to this day, that boom bap, that's what I like. But, living in Newcastle, I'm the only girl, to be honest, I'm the only girl in a small town that's creating beats, you know what I'm saying? So the other dudes, of course, we got some producers here. They all create trap and drill. I understand that's the thing nowadays. That's the thing, that's what's gonna make money, get you used. But me, you gotta have what I want. You gotta have what I want. You can't just come in any old kind of way and expect me to make you a trap beat. You gotta come here. You have to be prepared.
Right. I'm gonna as far as like what got me started, definitely Premiere is one of my influences. Mad Lib.
I like that.
And
Mad Lib is cool too.
It's very off kilter, but definitely what really truthfully got me really wanting to do production was Bjork and Massive Attack.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it was just another level of just hearing things and putting hip hop with it. You know what I mean? But I would definitely say Premiere is a huge influence, and Madlib is a huge influence.
And you know what's the one for me? Digging in the Crates crew. More Finesse, Diamond D.
Diamond D.
Who else?
Crazy.
Buck Wild, and it's just that's what influence. Like I said, coming from New York, my dad is from the Bronx. I'm like, if I was to live there, I would be like a few minutes going up towards the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I wanted the MPC, is because of them. And there's some online influences as far as YouTube. I don't know if you've heard of Hill Prop 97. He's a cool cat. He's cool. Very Big Beat is cool. Knox Squared is cool as well. And I'm actually friends with all of them on Facebook. So yeah, that's what actually made me get into the technology old or new.
Right.
I would say for me, I'm a big Knife Wonder fan. Like that was my dude.
Good one.
And I know a lot of people love Timbo. I know Joe loves that was her dude Timbo, but I actually like Danger Hands under him.
Yeah.
Crisis. Those are two like big influences for me. I have a lot of the new cats, and I agree with you, especially today. There's a dude that I used to follow on what's that site? Stream something, but he's all over now. His name is T. Aaron. I don't know if y'all heard of him. He's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Dope, man. Y'all just throwing names out there. Y'all crazy. Yeah, I got to say Crisis is good too, especially when it comes to the machine. Price
Yes.
is good.
Yeah.
Price is a
Yeah.
beast.
Yeah.
And there was something on YouTube that Ninth One had admitted. He said Crisis is a better beat maker than I am.
Wow.
It's
Go.
true.
What's up?
There you go.
But look, what have y'all noticed? Like, so Rocco asked, you know, who are our influences? What did y'all notice about it? We were all dudes.
No, right,
Right.
right.
Well, I think they
So
feel
this is why this is important. So when they see, you know, my niece just hit me up a couple of days ago. She was like, Auntie Shani, that's what she called me. I'm getting a laptop and I want to make beats. And I'm like, yeah. So, you know, she was so excited. And because I influenced her to do that. And so I want us to be that in the conversations when people sitting around the table, you know, she growing up with other women on the chat like this. Well, who are your influence? Your Rayn the producer, Meg Murder, you know, Nekaybaww, Cecilia, like all, you know, RyNea Soul. So that's what I'm hoping at some point that we'll get to that place where we're more visible. And because, you know, it's a stereotype that women do not like technology. I love technology.
Right, me too.
I did.
It's a stereotype that we don't know.
That's right.
That line.
Right.
The devil is a lie.
The devil is a lie.
It's a risk. It's a risk factor. I mean, it's a
Megz
risk.
just got her MPC1, and I hit her up and I was like, "Yo, you know, I'm glad you're doing that video. You know, I'm going to start doing more videos too, because even when you look at that on YouTube, you don't see a lot of women doing, you know, tutorials. So how can a little girl go to YouTube and look for us when we're not there? So I think it's important that we become visible for that reason, because we all just name dudes. So,
In the hip hop field, you've got a lot of these. You know, I understand lo-fi is part, you know, pretty much part of hip hop, but as far as like in the boom bap field, that's going to be kind of hard to find. You may find one or two on YouTube, but it's not.
Well, here's one thing I would like to interject. I just would like to interject this. I would say that not only just to kind of piggyback right off of what you just said, sis. I don't know your name, baby, so I don't know what to call you. I'm sorry.
Oh, RyNea.
RyNea, yes. But to piggyback right off of what you just said, I would say that another thing would be if women also made it easier for other women to be pulled up, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things I noticed with men, like producers, beat makers, artists, they have a great camaraderie and they stick together. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But a lot of times women, you know, and I hate stereotypes and I hate generalizations, so I'm trying to tread lightly with what I'm saying because I want to be wise. But I guess what I'm saying is that, for example, I've heard of artists like Wonder Girl, you know, like she's produced for Jay-Z and other, you know, younger girls, like young ladies like that. You know, I guess for me, think about it, it's almost like we all stand on each other's shoulders, right? I mean, there would be no, you know, room for other television personalities if it wasn't for an Oprah, you know what I'm saying, and other people that you're having to, you know, so when you start seeing other people come along the way, you know, they blaze the trail for you to come through, right? So I guess in my mind is like, okay, not only does the visibility matter, but I think that also being able to leave that door open so that other people, or even say, hey, you know, I know you see me as Alicia Keys, for example, but then here's so-and-so, you know what I'm saying? And I think that by kind of like sharing the platform or opening the doors that way, because I feel like, you know, there needs to be more of a sisterhood that's developed. More of a
tokenization. The tokenization. There's got to it's got to be just one female producer, just like it's got to be one more female rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I think.
But that's so bananas, you know. It's and I get what you're saying, but it's like if you notice, I think that that's where the ratio is always off. Because like you said, why, like for example, like that's a question in and of itself. Why does it have to be one female producer or one dope female rapper or whatever, when we can name a sea of men? And you know, it's kind of like how it was for a long time, like, you know, very few white rappers, or, you know, same thing with, you know, blue-eyed soul singers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes people allow categories and boxes to come to really confine what you do and where you are. And that's why when I came on, I was saying earlier, you need to be flexible. Because I mean, as a brown girl, black girl, I've been in settings where I was the only person of color. I was the only woman. You know, I've played for world artists that were Bollywood producers, and they did not necessarily sing or perform in English, but it was awesome to be a part of the discussion, to sit at the table with these people, because I had the mindset of openness. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like maybe if other female producers like the Missy Elliott's or the Alicia Keys, you know, who's more of a singer-songwriter, but also respected as producer, if they create, you know, maybe more, you know, I guess forums or whatever opportunities where they're reaching back for up and coming people, I think that allows for the doors open. Because think about it, if you think of people like Eminem, well, who helped Eminem? Dre. You see what I'm saying? It's like one thing begat another thing, begat another thing. Then became 50 Cent from Eminem. You know, if you look at the history of these things, these guys pull each other up. And then it's all, and that's what they stand on each other's shoulders. But then you have to think about how many women have done that. You know what I mean? Like you'll hear more drama, y'all, where women are feuding with each other. You'll hear like, oh yeah, Aretha Franklin was mad at Diana Ross for years.
Right.
Yeah. Or you'll hear this.
I think, you know, I think that even reaching Missy and them, to me, is far away, but I think we should start with the conversation that we're having right now with us right now.
Yeah.
And say, like, I do a lot of content. I've reposted Betsy before without even knowing her when she did something, because I love to see us work.
Yeah.
So Missy Elliott is gone, but we here now. Right. So we got to say to each other, we're going to keep in contact, and for real, right? Yeah. Not just say it, keep in contact for real. And when we see each other doing things, then reach out to each other. We don't have to repost things all the time, but it really starts with something like that, because the internet is the new wave. We're not really getting out, and everybody's seeing everything online right now. So if we did things like when so many, like a lot of my friends went to Betsy's page. They did after I reposted her. So at the end of the day, and because people look at me as a respectable female doing beats, if I repost something, they're gonna say, hey, what is Diana reposting? Who is that? And regardless if they follow you or not, they're gonna go see what you're doing. So I think that it starts with us. Yeah. With us having this conversation and with us really doing it and not just talking about it. We gotta really do it. We gotta really stay in contact, and we really gotta support each other. That's the way it's gonna change. Because we the new wave right now. Missy Elliott and them, we can look at them, and not just to say Missy, but everybody, even people that I've named. Oh, yeah. Those people, they've done their thing, but we the new wave coming in. You see what I'm saying? Well, whatever we're doing. So I think that we have to look at that and say, all right, well, let's get together, or, you know, like if we just gonna do things over the internet, I think we should do that and just support each other online and promote each other and support each other that way. I have no problem doing that. I love doing that.
I like that. And I do that as a DJ as well. I support, like I'm with Cyber Jams internet radio, and when we do a marathon or whatever, any other DJ that's on, I post whatever their link is, whatever they're playing.
Right.
So I nominate you. I nominate you as I want you to be one of my producer aunties.
Who's that, me?
That's producer auntie. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
But I love to see us work, ladies. I love it. I love it. And the thing is that when women are good at what we do, we are the best. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of the times, men are taught that they're supposed to be better than us, faster than us, stronger than us. So when we show up and we are the best, they don't even know how to respond. Sometimes they want to support it, but they don't know how to respond to it.
They don't want to admit to it.
Not all of y'all. We ain't gonna say all of y'all. We're gonna exclude y'all. Not all, but ladies, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So it gotta start with us not even needing that. But somebody like Chris and Rocco, this is love. Because Chris is right. He always reach out to me. He won't see me for months.
Yeah.
Sis, where you at?
Yeah.
And I always tell, like, I appreciate that. That makes me feel away. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
yeah, man, And after this, even by them doing this, we owe it to them because they're really pushing us. They shouldn't be the ones really pushing us. We should be pushing each other.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
But thank God we have them that's saying like, yo, ladies, what y'all doing? Where y'all at? Show up. You know what I'm saying? But we got to do that for each other too. You see what I'm saying? And we all here right now. We can't leave this conversation for real, for real. We can't leave this conversation like that was good last night.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've done it with, you know, some of the ladies, like I said, I speak to Leff T a lot. Me and RyNea spoke. I reposted Betsy before we never spoke before, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, yo, this is dope. I just started following her. We started following each other, but, you know, just supporting it. And I love to see it show up and show out. I love it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, we got to do it for each other, man.
Betsy's definitely.
Yeah, as long as we, like you said, support each other and all the other stuff like that, then we rise. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of people to rise.
Right.
Yeah.
So y'all just touched on everything that I couldn't really articulate, you know what I'm saying, without being offensive and sounding crazy. So
like I said, like not only that you guys were doing this, I'm gonna say guys, girls, however you want me to call it, but what I'm saying is this video right here, when it comes out on YouTube, other females are gonna be watching it too, and they're gonna be like, oh, okay, all right, and that's gonna maybe bring them into it at the same time.
Right.
Because you know what I mean, it's all about the movement at the end of the day. Just know we're all human beings at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? So we all got our own soul and our own soul to express. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, after this, I'm posting this on YouTube. It's not live.
I just signed a disclaimer now.
I could have done my hair.
That's why I asked you what your name is. No, but you know what? No, check it out. When the post is on YouTube, it doesn't show none of your names. It doesn't show them, yo.
Oh, I don't care about
I'm over here throwing my hair in a bun, like
I'm like doing this.
That's hip hop, right? That's not hip hop. You're not doing that model shit. You're like, fuck it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, yo.
Hat on, cock it to the side.
Yeah, I feel bad that I came in late. I feel real bad that I came in late because I was helping my moms. We was doing some wing dinners and stuff like that. We had like 100 wing orders and stuff. So yeah, my bad for coming in late.
So you was doing that.
Let me say one thing.
Got me thinking about wings now.
Let me say one thing. When we do another sample challenge event, I don't want to see Megan, the only girl, coming showing up today.
Meg's be in there.
I gotta get back to that.
I was gonna come, but I couldn't. You know, my work got in the way. I was coming.
Yeah, I missed the sample challenge. I miss it, but it's whatever the personal things and stuff like that hold me back. So yeah, I definitely miss it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta get back right with that. I gotta get back right with that.
Welcome to the family. We all doing the same thing. We're doing it for the love for the music. You know what I mean? We make money, however we do it, whatever the reason is, we do it for the love of the music in the beginning. You know what I mean? Real talk.
Can you do something? Can you do like a recap on Facebook and then tag everybody that's on here so I can remember? So I could like, you know what I'm saying?
I could put you in the chat with them. Everybody's in this chat. I put you in the chat on Facebook.
In the what? Oh, in the chat, Facebook.
Female discussion chat that everybody's in. I'll put you in here, and you guys could.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, because I was like, how are we gonna be able to connect with the Instagrams and all that other stuff later? So
I put mine in the chat.
I'm putting mine in there right now.
Yeah, I put mine in the chat. I put my Facebook and my Instagram in there.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, one thing about this MPC one, I got bamboozled on something. It's not battery powered.
How do you like it, Megs? I saw you said the other day you wanted to get it. How you like it?
Mine's battery powered.
I still got to get some things, you know what I'm saying? Because if I can learn that MPC 2000 XL within 3 days, I know I can work this within at least 3 days.
You said the MPC one is not battery powered?
Nah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I just saw a video. They do have a battery. And you put some Velcro and put it on the side. The dude shook his MPC and the thing didn't even fall off, and he had it on for like 6 hours straight. So
oh wow!
On YouTube, there is a battery. There is a battery that you can purchase for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Look on YouTube. I'll find the link and I'll put it in the chat.
And that's for the MPC Live, right?
One. You said
For the
NBC One?
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody got any current projects or projects out? I know Meg just dropped one. I copped that. Like I bought it. I didn't, you know.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
important. Like
That's for the hookup.
buying each other's stuff. That's what Ty was saying. Another way to support one another is to, maybe you don't like it, and that's fine. You may send it to somebody else, and they may like it.
Right.
So
the music.
If y'all got music, let me know.
I'll put mine.
Yeah, I just put something out like just like a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. So I DJ, and I also one of the things, the platform is showcasing women, because when people come up to me, I'm like, oh my God, who beat was that? What was that beat? And when I say it's a woman, they're like, wait, what? Who was that?
Right.
I love doing that. So yes, let me know, and I'll be checking y'all music out, getting your music downloaded for my sets for sure. Yeah.
And you know who's missing in this chat room? LA from Manchester.
Yo, what's the name? Sharita's not in here either.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Sharita might be doing something. I don't know.
I got her project too. Yeah.
From this moment on, when Lysandra posts her beat, I'm gonna say RyNea Soul. I'm gonna say it fucking right now. You know how many dudes I fucked up?
RyNea.
Augustine, I was calling him Augustine and shit. Fucking like y'all. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm the worst at saying names, and I'd be the one in the fucking camera all the time, like, fucking. And then I gotta say like a name in a different country, and I'm getting hit on. That's not how you say my name. I'm like, oh, like I don't know. Then they get the letters. I don't know what the letters are with the Russian letters. I'm like, yo, crazy.
This is Bob. Yeah.
That's all.
But I hope to see y'all, the rest of y'all, start getting any sample challenges. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And Jackie, man, hopefully you could build with these women, and they can show you to help you start making beats. You know what I mean? That's what
I'm talking about.
You know what I mean? Like, I put you in the chat. Anybody's not in the chat, the Facebook chat, let me know. I'll put you in there right now. The female discussion group.
Yeah. Am I in there? Yeah.
I think I am.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Okay, here they go. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to keep. I mean, we could keep talking, but I want to before we end the recording, because I like to be going way over 2 hours, because then people get bored and don't watch it. Y'all got anything you want to say to females to get involved with this? You know what I'm saying? Before I say this, make sure y'all get in the sample challenges and shit. But go ahead. Go say something to the females. Anybody, the people period out there. What you got going on, coming out? You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do right now, it's the opportunity.
Well, I got a beat tape that's coming out in August. That's one thing.
Yep. I got an instrumental joint I just put out last week, 2 weeks ago. It's Alpha Music, Art Instrumentals. It's on Spotify and Apple Music and Deezer, I believe, right now. So that's available.
That's cool.
Even though all my trips is canceled out. And I'm sad about that, because I'm reaching for the beat battles and stuff like that. That was my next plan. But I said, you know what? Maybe it's not meant for me to travel right now. I'm gonna just chill, come out with some new content and stuff like that. So the beat tape is on my mind. And I got some other stuff coming through, some collaborations as well. I don't want to say no names, because I'm, still talking to these, folks and stuff like that. So
Official, you know what I mean? And then Anybody else? Would you guys
say one thing? I don't have any production out yet, but all I have to say is that stay tuned for my my radio show every Friday on Cyber Jams 1 to 4, and I also have a special IG radio show with a really, really dope DJ Butter L on Periscope on Saturday, starting next Saturday from 3 to 5 at Jed'eye Jaxx. And what I want to say is that, this is the time to take chances. Really, this is the time. You're home. Just, as far as being a producer, I'm not producing yet. But as a DJ or whatever you are, is to go out there and just send a message to somebody who's like, who already made it in the business, and just take a chance. But like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Just put yourself out there. Network with that person, whatever y'all do as producers. I'm saying, as DJs or as artists or as writers. you know, take that chance. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually working on some projects with one artist called New Color Music. It's NWCLR Music. Another one's Angel Fire. You can find her as Angel Fire 93 on Instagram. And you guys should definitely check out, it's called Sunday Cookups with a Z at the end. It's a collective of producers here in Tampa, and they have nothing but fire and bars. Check it out for real, for real. We got a lot of things going collectively there. So those 3 things, working on those, get that. And the Elemental Project, we working on something too, ain't we, ladies?
I'm gonna definitely get back into my live stuff. Definitely get back into my live videos and stuff like that. So I do miss doing my live videos. So I'm gonna definitely get back into that.
Yeah, that's one of the things, like I mentioned, I'm getting back into, or not necessarily getting back into, but something I'm starting, because like I said, I'm boom bap forever, all day.
Yeah.
But I love all kinds of music. I grew up playing the drums, you know, gospel, jazz, funk. But when I look at, I see a lot of, you know, trap, which is fine because I like trap too.
Right.
And I have to teach kids. I also have to know it so I can teach the kids, because the kids love it. But one of the things I'm really looking into is doing more tutorials, or doing some tutorials, especially with, I got the micro MK3 for a workshop. And I was like, I don't see many videos, anybody using the micro 3. You know,
it's always the standard one.
Huh?
It's always the standard machine MK3 that you mostly see.
Right. So I was like,
joint, right?
more people have this. Yeah. So let me get on that. And so I'll be, you know, putting some stuff out regarding that, showing how to use that. I got something coming up in June. I'm going to be doing something with the Kennedy Center. It's called Couch Sessions something. So I'm going to do a beat set, and they're going to stream it. So that's June 1st. I'll keep y'all posted on that. So I'm still trying to figure out what that's going to be about. But I'm excited to do that. Yeah, that's what I got going on now, and we're going to be releasing a couple of projects, because like I said, I got so much music, I'm just sitting on it. You know, I need to do something with it. So.
Anybody else got something coming?
I just released my first instrumental album last September. It's called Beautiful Scars Instrumentals. And a lot of the beats, I made them while I was going through drug addiction and domestic violence and stuff like that. So that's why I called it Beautiful Scars Instrumentals. So check that out. It's on all major platforms.
No doubt.
Nice.
Did you post that in the chat, Betsy?
Yes, I will post that in the chat.
Okay, yeah, y'all make sure y'all post everything, please. So I can
Everybody's
follow.
in that chat, right? Everybody's in there, right?
Yeah, I should be. I gotta check. I didn't even check.
I know, Megan. I put you in there, Megan. I put you in anything that I do.
Okay, yeah, you did.
Yeah, Megan been coming up. She been in my house probably like 5 times. We doing things. You know what I'm saying? Like, what it was.
Yeah, I was getting ready to go over there too. I was getting ready to go over there. COVID said, "No."
Yeah, man. It's COVID, man. It's not playing, man. It's just, and they're doing that second wave shit right now. You gotta even be more careful. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like,
yeah,
just to be able to survive that. You know what I mean? And hope everybody stays safe with that. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave. Now, when you, Tamera, when you said that, you made like crazy sense. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, yo, she probably got time to do this shit now. She's like, now everybody's coming to me to do more. I'm like, okay, that's crazy. What do you got? What do you got coming out? Oh, she froze
I'm
at the
booked for the next 2 weeks. What do I have?
Yeah, you're
I'm
free.
back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're having, well, I guess the storm is over, but it's raining on the side. I put some of my music in the chat. The only thing I have coming out is what my clients are releasing. So I don't know what their due dates are, but I've done a couple of projects the last couple of weeks, and they're dropping pretty soon. So, but me personally, my jazz group, we just released a project earlier this year. That's in the chat already.
We got right now. Remember, we're on here. I'm gonna cut you off. We're on here on the YouTube. They're not in that chat. The people that are watching, they're wondering what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Well, my YouTube channel is. You can just go there. You can either look under Tamera Lloyd or just look under T.Vox Sound Records. I also do have a record label, so it's small, but it's mine. And
that's important.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have a single out called "The Way You Love Me." We'll start our radio promotions in July. So we're looking forward to that. And then my EP that I released in 2018 is called Auto Tune Life. It's a whole conceptual type deal. So the single that's been playing on radio is called Dreamin'. So you can check that out. That's in the chat. I do lyric videos too, hint, hint. So if anybody needs a lyric video, hit me up. And that's about it. I don't have any new material coming out from the label just as yet, but I will let you all know as soon as I do.
Nekaybaww, you still work for Native Instruments?
Okay, it's Nekaybaww.
Oh, Nekaybaww. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the only
I've
one.
been saying it wrong for
It
years.
happens all the time.
I did too.
I've been saying it wrong for so many years.
Nekaybaww, you're in the chat, right?
Yeah, I'm in the chat. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. What was the question?
Oh, I was asking if you still work for Native Instruments.
No, I do not. So you can ask me any question you want. I can answer it now.
Ah.
Listen, my NTA is okay. No, I don't really have any. Let's see. I don't have a date for anything that's coming. I'm just been working. I got a few songs going for myself. My own little. I think I'm gonna. I don't think. I know I'm gonna do a short EP project. I don't know if it will be out before the end of the year. I'm gonna see how these songs go. So far so good. I'm about 3 in. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just seeing where it goes. And I've had people kind of reach out to me to do some things. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't have much faith in artists, but we'll see.
Real quick, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. I also do beats here with a guy named Steady Styles in Session, and he and I are putting together a podcast called Steady Rain. And it'd be cool to have some of y'all on there as producers, so we can go through some things that ain't being touched on some of these other producer podcasts. So keep that in mind. Steady Rain, y'all.
Sounds good.
What's up, man? All right, so anybody else before we can keep talking? I'm just gonna stop the recording so it's not so long. You guys good? You guys good to end? You guys anything else you want to say?
Just say thank you. I want to say thank you.
We still gonna be on. I'm just gonna turn off the record. All right. So like, yo, I appreciate every single one of y'all who came in here. You know what I mean? And shout to Paula Perry. She had to go. You know what I mean, for coming in here, and it's dope. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Everybody, yo, females, you're watching this, right? Get in, not just the sample challenge, but get in that production, you know what I mean? You want to be in that top 5, or you know what I mean? Like when you're saying top 5 rappers and top 5 producers or top 5 DJs or top, why you're not saying, you know what I mean? You should be, you know, what it is, female, male, it shouldn't even matter, because MC Lyte is my favorite rapper, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna say female, I mean, that's just, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's my favorite rapper for a female. I love MC Lyte. Raw Digger. Bro, okay, before we even go, who's some of your favorite female rappers?
Missy.
Missy. Yeah.
Rhapsody. MC Lyte.
Rhapsody.
MC Lyte. Yeah.
Ladybug.
Lauryn Hill. She was dope.
I'll give you that.
Latifah.
Lauryn Hill's dope.
Yeah, Queen Latifah.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill's dope.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill.
Named Seven. She's amazing. So she's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, LaKaylee 47. Woo, Jesus.
Right.
I don't have a favorite rapper. I don't have a favorite female rapper per se, but I am a fan of India Ari. She's more of a singer. I love India Ari. She's inspirational, deep,
absolutely.
Poet. She's so I love her.
How many of y'all watched the Erykah Badu against Jill Scott?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't.
Sure.
I mean, what do y'all think? What do you think?
That was nothing but love. That's what it was.
Very ladylike.
Great vibe.
Yeah.
See, that's
Two
the type of-
queens. Two
that's what they
queens
had the
doing
highest
it.
numbers. They had more numbers than any men shit.
That
You
was
know,
the way to do it.
like, yo, y'all women take over the fucking media when it comes like this will probably get the most views because a woman, you know what I mean? Like that's the difference between us and y'all when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nobody wants to see fucking a bunch of guys like, okay, especially guys, you know, like, yo, they gonna be. But anyways, yeah, so we're gonna conclude the episode. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully in the future we'll do another one. You know what I mean? What I said, we're still gonna be, I'm just gonna turn the recorder off, but I said thank you. All right, let me turn the recorder off. Boom.